welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Brittany and I love me some Taking Back Sunday. If you're new here and you don't know what my hit or shit series is, I actually recently did 2 videos on the L'Oreal Total Cover Foundation and the Sephora Perfection Mist Foundation. So if you haven't checked those out yet, I will leave them linked down below. Today we're going to be doing a hit or shit on this baby right here. I literally had to say this name like 50 fucking times to get it right. It is the Sonia Kashuk Soft Focused Satin Matte Foundation. There we go, I finally got it. I hear satin and matte together. That is like my ideal foundation. So when I saw this was like the last one of this foundation and I heard Kathleen Lights raving about this. This one I picked up at Target. Now I go to the one in Fairmount in New York. I don't know if you guys are from New York or whatever, but that's the one that I go to, and they are like cleaning out the makeup department. So I don't know if they're like revamping it or what, but this was the very last one. This is in the shade Buff. So hopefully this does match me. If not, it's drugstore, it's inexpensive. I think this one was $12.99. We're gonna see how this performs on my face all day. I will be doing constant check-ins like I have in my last 2 videos. So if you're curious to see how this performs on my skin, just keep watching. Now, first impressions of the packaging, I love 1, it's a glass bottle. 2, it has a pump. Pumps are my favorite things on foundations if they're not in like a squeezy tube or something like that. So the fact that this has a pump, I really love that. I love that you can see the color shade down here. I love how it's like a matte bottle. I just love how it's super sleek. I love how it's in a glass bottle. If you drop it, that's gonna really suck, but I just love this. I think it's a very high quality product for being a drugstore slash affordable product. I don't know, like by looking at this, feeling it, looking at everything, this looks to me like it would be a high-end foundation. Okay, so I'm pulling it up on the website now. I went first to the Sonia Kashuk website and it redirected me to the Target website, so I would just skip over Sonia Kashuk and go right to Target, but pulling it up online, it does look like there's only 6 shades. Now, that's something that really pisses me off with foundations, especially because I don't mean nothing, but with all the damn people in the world, you mean to tell me you could only come up with 6 shades that you think is gonna fit everybody? So looking at the foundation colors that it does offer, it ranges from like a light, maybe porcelain, to a medium tan. So if you're a dark skin complexion, this will absolutely not be a foundation for you. That's at least what is available online. Now, when I go into item details, it says it's an anti-aging formula. It's perfect for oily or combination skin types. Now, me personally, I have combination skin, so that's something that I really like when I see a foundation where it says combination skin. It says it's medium to full coverage, shiny free and silky smooth. I'm all about that life. Creamy yet lightweight. Sonia Kashuk's Soft Focus Satin Matte Foundation delivers a flawless looking skin with a matte but not flat finish. The foundation makeup is infused with blue lotus, daisy flower, and mallow extract to nourish, protect, and brighten dull skin. So that's going to be all the information on the Target website about this foundation. Now I'm going to move on into applying it to my skin. I'm going to apply it with a beauty sponge just because this is how I always apply foundation. I did do one video where I did a brush on one side and a sponge on the other, but me personally, I always use a beauty sponge. So I'm going to be doing a beauty sponge on my whole face again. I'm going to wear it throughout the day and let you guys know how I feel about it. If you guys do like when I do a brush on one side and a sponge on the other, please let me know. So with all that being said, I do love the packaging. Hopefully the formula lives up to the packaging. So let's do the damn thing and let's see how this performs on my skin. Ooh, this has like a really strong scent. Like flowers. Alright you guys, this is my makeup completely done. I'll put you guys in for a closer look so you can see how everything applied on top of my foundation. I think it applied flawlessly. I really like the finish of the foundation. It hasn't gathered in any areas. I think it blended out super easy. So overall, first impression of this foundation, I really like it, especially since it didn't alter any of my makeup on top of it. So I'll put you guys in right now for a closer look so you can see how it covered up everything, because I do have really problematic skin, but I think like this area here I probably should have did a little bit more. But that's just like, I just want to do a really light coat. I didn't want to build it up or anything like that because I'm not going to be doing anything like crazy. I might go out for dinner or something, but like on my forehead, I do have a lot of texture, so I still do see that a little bit. I just think it looks natural. Like Satin Matte is a perfect name for this foundation. It looks satin and matte. I think it looks great. So overall, that's my first impression on the foundation. I think it applies awesome. I'm gonna clean up my eyes a little bit. I just did a mascara like trial and error kind of thing. So I'm gonna clean up my eyes a little bit. I'm gonna count my check-in as 1:30 for my beginning time because it's now 2 o'clock, but I've been doing some shit in between. So my makeup's been sitting on my face for about a half hour now. I just got done with my mascara. I'm gonna use 1:30 as my check-in time. I'm gonna check in throughout the day and let you guys know how it's wearing, let you know my thoughts and opinions on it. So I'll see you guys in a couple hours. Hey guys, this is gonna be check-in number 2. I wanted to do this one here in front of my big ass window because I get a lot of natural lighting through this. So far, I think so good. We're at, let's see, it is now 4:42, so we're at about like 3 hours, a little over 3 hours that my makeup has been on. I think everything still looks good. I do think, I don't know if it's just me or not, or if it's just because I'm in different lighting now, but I feel like it did oxidize a little bit. Like, I don't know if it's just because I'm in different lighting or whatever, but when I just walked outside, my face looked more orange than it does right now. So I don't know if that is just like a different lighting factor or what, but I feel like natural lighting is natural lighting, so I don't really know what's up with that. But I do feel like I look a little bit darker than I did earlier, but I could be totally full of shit. So that's one thing I noticed. I don't notice any gathering under my nose. I'll pull you guys in closer so you guys can take a look, but I don't notice anything like that yet. But other than that, I think everything still looks good. My makeup on top is still holding up really well. I don't notice any difference. I think maybe I'm a little bit more like dewy now than I was when I first applied it, but that's just my opinion. Yeah, but I think so far so good. I really like the finish of this foundation. It feels, I mean, it doesn't feel like I have a lot on my skin. Like, I don't know, I think it feels very lightweight. It feels good on my skin. It doesn't feel cakey. Like, all I can feel really now is my powders, but even when I applied it, it applied super smooth. It did not feel like it was a heavy foundation when I did put it on, so that's something I also really like. 3 hour mark, I still really like the way that it looks. Like, this is where I have a lot of texture always, so I mean, that is what it is. As far as on my forehead, this is how we look here. I usually always get a gathering right here on my forehead, and it's not really doing that yet. I'm really not feeling my eyebrows today though, on the real. Everything else, like foundation wise, the only thing I wish was different was the shade. I think this is too dark for me right now. I'm gonna check in another couple hours for my second check-in, so stay tuned for that and I'll see you in a couple hours. Alright you guys, I'm back in for check-in number 2. It's now about 7:30 at night. I think it's 7:24. So I've had this on for about 6 hours now. From looking at it like this, I think it looks the exact same as when I first applied it. The only thing I'm noticing really is around my chin. It is starting to break up a little bit, and then it is starting to go in my nose creases. I'll bring you guys in a little bit closer so you guys can take a look at that. Other than that, I think everything still is looking good. I'm really happy with the finish. I am not oily yet. Maybe a little bit on my nose, but not much. I did apply a little bit more highlight during my other video, so I am looking a little bit more glowy on my cheekbones, but as far as my texture standing out, I don't think so. I think my pores are still pretty minimized, except for in the areas that I did highlight again. Other than that, I think it's pretty much the same. All I know is I'm super happy with the finish. I don't look oily. I think I still look semi-matte. I don't look completely matte, but I'm like right in between, I feel. I'm very happy with the way that this looks. This is my ideal foundation look, especially after 6 hours. So I'm gonna continue wearing it for a few more hours. I'll do one more final check-in and then I'll give you my final thoughts if I think this is a hit or shit. So stay tuned for that and I'll check back in a couple hours. Alright you guys, I'm back for my final check-in. It is now 9:30 at night. I've had this on for about 8 hours now. My final impression on this foundation right here, I think this still looks phenomenal. I think the only thing I would have done different if I were to do it over again is pick a different shade. I am looking pretty orangey. Like, I do feel like every time I've checked back in, it looks darker and darker. I feel like I look pretty orange now, so I know when I first applied it, I don't think I looked that orange, but I could be totally full of shit. Other than that, I think my skin looks great. I only see, like, it kind of left my chin a little bit. As far as gathering in my nose, very little. I have other foundations that gather a lot more. And when this gathers, it doesn't necessarily look like cakey like most of them do. It just kind of emphasizes my texture in those spots a little bit, but other than that, I don't really see anything else other than that. Like, I think where I highlighted, my pores are standing out a little bit more. For being 8 hours, it doesn't really seem like I've been wearing it for 8 hours. Like, it's very lightweight on my skin. It does feel like, I know with the past two I've done, I've said the same thing, like it feels very lightweight. Like, out of the past 3 foundations I've reviewed, the Sephora Perfection Mist foundation is by far my favorite of the past 3 that well, this is my 3rd. So that was definitely my top 1 of my hit or shit so far. This one's probably number 2 before the, oh my god, fly, what the hell? How I would rate my previous hit or shits, I would rate the Sephora number 1, Sonia Kashuk would be number 2, and L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover would be number 3 so far. Just because I did not like the texture, like I didn't like the consistency of the product itself. But these two, they just, like, this one was so lightweight, so buildable, just, this was perfect for me. This one was also very lightweight. I love the packaging. I think it's very sleek. It's very, like, high quality feeling and looking. I just really like this foundation. I didn't really have that high of hopes for it just because I've never tried Sonia Kashuk before. But flat out, this was definitely a hit product for me. I really like how my skin looks. Again, the only thing I would change would be to get a different shade, but I feel like this shade would be really good for me in the summertime. But being that I'm so fair right now, I mean, like I did earlier, like look at my hands compared to my face, but other than that, my products I think held up extremely well. Like my highlight, I did add some extra highlight on, but everything else I have not touched up at all, and that is all still like exactly the way that I applied it. So if you're looking for like a lightweight satin finish, a little bit of matteness, I would say this is more satin than matte. But if you're looking for a foundation that's very skin-like, like a foundation that this reminds me of is the Too Faced Born This Way. I am curious to see like a Too Faced Born This Way on one side and this foundation on another. If you guys want to see me do that video, I will definitely do that because Too Faced Born This Way is my shit. I love that foundation. So this reminds me of that a lot, especially in the shade Sand. That's my summer shade. So yeah, I would definitely be curious to do that video. So if you guys want to see that, you guys let me know. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you do like my hit or shit series, don't forget to give me a like, thumbs up, and subscribe to my channel. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Bye, you guys.